Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here representing Jason Blaha Strength and Fitness, and today I thought I would chat with you guys and gals a little bit about why people fall for fake natties so easily and why it is so easy for them to get away with it. But a quick reminder, if you guys will please click like down below, it would be greatly appreciated. If you are not subscribed or following, please do so, and if you will be kind enough to drop me a comment down below, I'd appreciate it so much. Thank you, and let's get over into this topic. For those who are unaware, very early on, about 13 years ago, I was kind of known as the OG fake natty slayer all over YouTube and other places, because I'm the one who just flat called it out and said, look guys, and a lot of people took it as jealousy or whatever, but it wasn't. It was just me making people aware. I was never even anti-gear. I've always been very pro people doing what they want to do with their own body as adults, making educated decisions. It's your body. Do as you please, but you should probably be smart about it and do research about it and do your best to be healthy. Okay, now a whole lot of my contemporaries who didn't do that are dead. A lot of guys from my whole generation of influencers have died due to excessive abuse of these things. So that being said, I was the first guy to really call it out, and then people get so upset though when you do it. They're like, you're being a hater. I'm like, guys, I'm not being a hater. I am literally trying to help you, right? I'm trying to help people because people are being given false expectations, and here's why it's so easy for them to fall for it, okay? It's so easy for them to fall for it because they want to believe, right? Because we've been paraded, fairly heavily enhanced physiques all the way since about 1980 up with pumping iron, because Arnold and all those guys are on plenty of gear, but it's gotten more and more and more and more and more, right? Keep that in mind. That was back in the 70s. Those became Hollywood physiques, Arnold and everything, and he was obviously not abusing significant amounts then, but he was still on stuff with amazing genetics. Even Sylvester Stallone turned out later got caught with a bunch of stuff, like literally arrested in the airport with large amounts of growth hormone and stuff. These guys are all using things, but we've been exposed to this, particularly in the fitness world, because there's so much fake natty, so much Photoshop. It's become, hey, this is the norm, and so many guys claim it. But really, the reality is, unless you have spent your entire life training at home, you guys already know it's obtainable. Because if you hang out in gyms, and people still do this today, maybe because I'm older, it was a different generation, but maybe because of who I am, and I'm obviously a pretty strong dude, people come over and they talk to me. Like, they'll talk to me first time meeting me in a gym, about what they use or don't use or whatever. Or guys who are like, hey man, I love what you do, but I choose to stay natty, but I train real hard and I do my best. But you can still tell when you look at them, even if they got good results, they don't have the look. There's nothing about them that tells me, oh yeah, he's on stuff. But because of that, people know the difference. They really do. On a deep level, all the people who still fall for the fake natties go to gyms, they talk to dudes, they know what's obtainable. If they've been going to the gym for any length of time, they know it's obtainable. But they want to believe. They want to believe, and here's the really worst part. You see so many guys who are like, they see so many of the fake natties in enhanced physique, and then when you show them what's possible in natty, then they get upset. They don't want to believe that all their hard work, or they perceive as hard work, is only going to produce a physique that's way below, or a strength level that's way below what they think they should have gotten because it's exposure. And that's part of the problem. It's part of the problem is they don't want to believe that they're only going to reach X level. But I think what people forget with that, what they're forgetting with that, the average person doesn't really like the crazy enhanced look. Even the fake natty, that a lot of people that follow them, they want to believe they're natural, they want to buy in, because they just can't accept, because they want those results for themselves. They want to truly believe that if they just follow that person's training and program, and that they just work hard enough and the right supplements, they'll get there too. But that also sets you up to be scammed. It also sets you up for false expectations. But I'm going to chat about in a minute of again, you don't have to get to their results. So there's going to be a positive to this. But the problem is the harm it causes. I've seen a lot of guys, because they fall for it, then when they find out the reality, they're like, man, I'm so demoralized because I'm never going to reach this. It can cause people to stop trying. And then they'll get mad. I mean, I've got people who got mad at me for pointing this out and creating awareness. And they're like, yeah, but because of you, I found out I'll never really reach my goals. And so they'll get angry at me. I've had people get angry at me. Like, you're going to cause people to quit training. But it's like, instead of blaming the fake natties who literally tricked them, just get mad at me for saying, hey guys, this is they're not giving you reality. That downside, they should be mad at them instead. But the other problem they're not thinking about, it sets you up to be conned. Because if you really and truly believe that, then it's like, oh, well, what are they taking a supplement? And that's the craziest part to me. Is how people will literally go, oh, I want to stay natural, I don't want to use a drug, but then they honestly believe a supplement is going to produce those same effects. Man, that's its own crazy thing. So you really don't want to be natty. That guy's on gear, and he's telling you this over-the-counter product is what helped him with his results, and then you're going to go take the over-the-counter product believing it's going to give steroid-like gains, because that is steroid-like gains. He looks like he's on drugs, even if you don't believe it. So you don't even really want to be natty. If you're willing to buy the supplements the guy is selling to give steroid-like results clearly, then you actually don't want to be natty. You just want an over-the-counter product. You're the person who, if steroids were made perfectly legal, just walk in and buy them, you'd go ahead and do it. Just admit it. But I digress. It says people have to be conned to buy garbage products that are a scam, that don't work. As supplements don't work. They're not going to help you build muscle. They're going to help you burn fat. It's nonsense. Some of them can help with your health and recovery a little. That's what they do. That's it. All right. It says people have to be exploited. It says you have to buy garbage from them, to buy horrible programs, worthless supplements, right? Diet books. It's setting people up. But the reality is people don't have to buy into it. When you step back and you accept the average woman is not necessarily going to be attracted to a heavily, steroid physique. The average person doesn't necessarily think it looks good. And if you just build a really good physique and get strong and fit and athletic, you're going to be happier, you're going to be healthier. And other people are still going to notice, right? They're still going to think you're in shape. People who are still going to find you attractive, you're still going to look good. So quit worrying about the fake natty standard. Just accept, look, these are fake natties. Don't let it deter you from being the best version of you. And realize that the best version that you can do is still going to be good enough, as long as you're not comparing yourself to them or trying to become an influencer or compete in bodybuilding.